The story of Joseph, the dreamer and savior of nations. Long ago, in the arid land of Canaan, where shepherds moved with the rhythms of the earth and the stars sang in silence, there lived a man named Jacob, son of Isaac, grandson of Abraham, a man chosen by God, a father of 12 sons. Among them, Joseph, the son of Rachel, shone like the morning sun above the fields. Joseph was different. Though he was the 11th son, his father loved him most dearly, for he was born to Jacob in his old age, and from the woman he truly loved. To show his affection, Jacob gave Joseph a special gift, a coat of many colors, vibrant and princely, flowing like a king's robe. It was a robe not just of threads, but of favor, and that robe would stir the winds of destiny. But envy is a sharp blade. Joseph's brothers saw how their father favored him, and hatred began to coil in their hearts. And Joseph, being innocent and unafraid, shared his dreams with them. "In my dream," he said one morning, "we were binding sheaves in the field. And lo, my sheaf stood upright, and your sheaves gathered around and bowed down to mine." The brothers stared at him. "You mean to reign over us?" But Joseph continued, "And another dream. The sun and the moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me." Even Jacob rebuked him, though he pondered these things in his heart. One day, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers, who were grazing their flocks near Shechem, and from afar they saw the dreamer coming. The robe of many colors danced in the wind. "Here comes that dreamer," they said. "Let us kill him," one whispered, "and throw him into a pit. Then we shall see what becomes of his dreams." But Reuben, the eldest, urged them not to shed blood. "Cast him into this pit in the wilderness, but do not lay a hand on him." He hoped to rescue him later. So when Joseph arrived, they tore the robe from his body, that beautiful sign of favor, and cast him into a dark, dry cistern. The dreamer was alone. The sky above mocked him, and his cries echoed into the dry stone. As they sat to eat, a caravan approached. Ishmaelites from Gilead, bearing spices, balm, and myrrh, traveling down to Egypt. "Why kill him?" Judah said. "Let us sell him to these traders. After all, he is our brother." And so, for 20 pieces of silver, they sold Joseph into the hands of strangers. The brothers dipped his coat in goat's blood and brought it to Jacob. "Do you recognize this?" Jacob wept bitterly. "Surely a wild beast has devoured him. My son is no more." And he tore his garments and mourned for days, refusing all comfort. But Joseph, oh Joseph, he was carried down to Egypt, a land of towering pyramids and golden gods, a land not his own. There he was sold to Potiphar, captain of Pharaoh's guard. And the Lord was with Joseph. Whatever Joseph did, the Lord made it prosper. In time, Potiphar made him overseer of his household. Everything Joseph touched bloomed, and even in a foreign land, he walked with God. But temptation came through Potiphar's wife, a woman of beauty and bold desire. Day after day, she pursued Joseph, saying, "Lie with me." But Joseph refused. "How can I do this wickedness and sin against God?" One day, when they were alone in the house, she caught him by his garment. He fled, leaving the cloth in her hand. Scorned, she cried out, accusing him falsely. Potiphar, furious, cast Joseph into prison, a place of chains and shadow. But again, the Lord was with Joseph. The keeper of the prison saw his wisdom and made him overseer even there. Joseph interpreted the dreams of fellow prisoners, the chief baker and cupbearer. And his words came to pass. The baker was hanged, the cupbearer restored, 2 years passed. Then Pharaoh dreamed. In his vision, 7 fat cows came up from the Nile, followed by 7 thin cows who devoured the fat ones. Then 7 healthy ears of grain were swallowed by 7 thin, scorched ones. Pharaoh awoke troubled. None of his magicians or wise men could interpret the dream. Then the cupbearer remembered. "I know a man," he said, "a Hebrew in prison. He interprets dreams." Pharaoh summoned Joseph. They bathed him, shaved his beard, and clothed him in fine linen. "Can you interpret my dream?" Pharaoh asked. Joseph replied, "It is not in me, but God will give Pharaoh an answer of peace." Joseph explained, "The dreams are one. There will be 7 years of great abundance in Egypt, followed by 7 years of famine so severe that all the plenty shall be forgotten.